Going to the middle, got it to Lynch. Otis down the baseline, yes. He's got the first four. Trouble that time. Off the steal. Scott, reverse layup for two.
Off the backboard with a nice shot.
And off the steal by Anderson. Kevin's going to take it down and lay it in. 19-14. Here comes Watkins off a nice strip. Ali jams it. Rebound, Melko can't hit the shot, no foul called. Anderson got it away with a rebound to Biter. Isaac's going to power up, hook and a hit. And tonight for the Magic Dome, Millionaires entertain an old foe, Lancaster Mccaskey High School coming in here in January as we kick off our 30th season. The Rennie Road Armor All-State TV Basketball Game of the Week, and Happy New Year, kicking off our 10-game regular season. Hi, everybody. Gary Crispin along with Babe Mayer as we stream live tonight at webweeklylive.com and on Facebook. And, of course, you can watch the replays there anytime. And Sunday at 10, Monday at 7, Comcast 190. Well, partner, here we go. It's another season. It should be fun. The Magic Dome, not the greatest weather tonight coming up the hill. And we're going to see if that holds the crowd down. Although I think we're going to get a good crowd because Saturday night, this is the house that Pete White built, remember. This is where it happens up on the hill.
Well, you know what? And you're going against a Lancaster Mccaskey team that has a 5-6 record. Doesn't look too good coming in. But I want to tell you some of their losses. They've lost to some of the best teams in Pennsylvania. Reading, they've lost to Reading. They've lost to Harrisburg. They lost to Chester. All right. So that record's very deceiving. Should be a good one tonight.
Yeah, they're a good team led by a guy named Ricky Cruz we'll talk about, but the Millionaires coming in 8-4. What a close game over Hollidaysburg the other night. Alan Taylor has a pretty good feeling. Talked to Alan the other night for quite a while, and Alan feels good about this team. He feels they played their best defensive game against Pottsville on the road, -2 starters. They came up short by a couple of points, but they played great defense, and he feels if this team can make better decisions coming up down the stretch, they can make a turn and maybe win these final 10 games of the regular season, get some momentum for the playoffs. We're going to take a timeout. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week. You're watching live on webweeklylive.com. Rennie Road Armor, congratulations. 38 years, another successful year. What have you seen change most in the insurance industry?
Let's look at it this way, Gary. 38 years and I'm 67 years old, and I have no intention of retiring because I still enjoy what I do. I still like working with the clients. Many things have changed. To me, the main focus is making sure people have adequate liability limits. Lawsuits have escalated. People used to sue for $100,000. Now they're suing for $500,000. We do not want to see a client ever come up short on the end if there is a lawsuit and they are held liable.
What impresses me the most is the fact you're not another number at Rennie Road Armor All-State. You're part of the Rennie family. Coverage and making sure great follow-through service. That's what it's all about for you guys for all these years.
Exactly. Taking care of the client, being there if it's a phone call at 6 in the morning or 8 at night is important. When people are concerned, we want to be there to put their mind at ease and let them know we're going to help them take care and get through whatever problem they may have.
Be part of the Rennie Road Armor All-State family. Call them today. Make the switch, 326-6645. For the finest detail and handcrafted jewelry, there is one name to know. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, Oaks Plaza, East 3rd, Golden Strip in Williamsport. Let them make you an original. And remember, they are your diamond headquarters. Absolutely the best prices, bar none, on diamonds anywhere in Central PA. And, of course, the finest gemstones in the world today, from sapphires to tanzanite. Now is the time to let them make you an original. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, your diamond headquarters, Golden Strip.
Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, serving 3 meals 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 3 p.m. on Sundays. House-made desserts, including famous Griggs' sticky buns, coffee, peanuts, and peanut butter, and specialty drinks. Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, just off North Loyalsock Avenue in Montoursville.
Hi, this is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. You've known us as your baseball headquarters for years, but now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receiver's gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
When it comes to cars, there are so many options. But when it comes to people, there's only one dealership you can trust. Fairfield Auto Group is that dealership, the one that understands you. We aren't just a dealership. We are a part of your community. We are your neighbors. Fairfield, you're gonna love us.
And again, we're back. Fairfield Auto Group pregame show. Gary Crispin and Bay Bear. Millionaires getting ready for a big ball game tonight against Mccaskey. J.P. Mccaskey out of Lancaster, PA. An old Central Penn foe. They used to play the Red Tornadoes coming in. And this is ball club 5 and 6 coming into this game here tonight. Let's talk fast facts about tonight's game. Brought to you by Palco Federal Credit Union, Chad Road, Muncie, right down from the Lycoming Mall. Let's talk some fast facts. Millionaire team coming in 8 and 4. Alan Taylor feels a couple bounces of the ball. This is a team that could have won them all. They were in position to do just that.
And this is a team that's getting better, and that's what you want to do. You want to get better as the season goes on, get ready to go into the playoffs, playing as strong as you can. Got a couple of injuries, but they've got to overcome that. That's all part of the game. Lancaster, on the other hand, is coming in. They've played 7 games in the last 14 days. That's a game every other day that you're going to play. And that includes 2 back-to-back games on Friday and Saturday. They played last night, got beat by Hempfield Lancaster, and then they played Mannheim on Wednesday night and beat Mannheim. So it's a team that's really hard to figure out, but you do know this. They are a 6A team. All right, they're a team that plays in the Lebanon-Lancaster division of I think it's part of District 6. I may be wrong on that, but they play some good competition. Should be a good game and a good challenge tonight for the Millionaires.
Yeah, Millionaire basketball team not healthy from the standpoint. Now, they played -2 stars the other night at Pottsville. Now, Kaim Ali is back, wrist injury against Loyalsock. It actually hurts him to throw a chest pass or shoot. But rebounding, a presence inside. Alan Taylor needs him. Rondell Carson, though, is injured. He rolled an ankle earlier, about 2 weeks ago, and he is not ready to go. Did practice the other day. Stanley's got their go-to guy, giving you close to 19 points a game. He is the leader, and the Red Tornado, led by Ricky Cruz. He's smooth at 6'3", a senior, averages 18 a game. All right, let's talk Price Optical, Athlete of the Week. And this time, starting our new basketball season, we're talking about the Players of the Year. And the Player of the Year, the MVP, Price Optical MVP Isaiah Hankins. Boy, is this guy smooth. What a year he had. First team All-State in 6A. And certainly going to play at the next level next year. Hankins, there's no question who is going to win that.
Well, no doubt about it. Hankins was a lot to that Millionaire team. Great team for the Millionaires. It looks like they're back, and Hankins is good.
And Offensive Player of the Year. Got to be the young sophomore Trayson Potts. 2,000 yards rushing, first team All-State. And there's no question. This guy, I know that certainly coaches around the East are taking a good look at Trayson Potts, first team at 2,000 yards. Ross Stebbins, a 2-time first teamer, is our Defensive Player of the Year. Stebbins moving from defensive end, shoring up the defense this year, moving to defensive tackle, and I'm telling you, he's going to play at the next level. He was such a key. There's a look at big, number 31.
Millionaires are going to lose both Stebbins and Hankins next year. Potts, only a sophomore, has 2 more years to go for the Millionaires, so things look good in the future.
Davey, you know, they follow a lot of great names over the years. Our 30th year, Price Optical Athlete of the Week. The Player of the Year, the MVP, Isaiah Hankins. Offensive Player of the Year, Trayson Potts. Ross Stebbins, the Defensive Player of the Year from Price Optical. All right, we're going to take a time out. We'll be back. We'll talk impact players. Prior to the start of this game, you're watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. This is the Fairfield Auto Group pregame show and the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week.
Ray-Ban, Nike, Polo Ralph Lauren,
Maui Jim, Costa, Gucci, Wiley X. Price Optical has the widest selection of sunglass eyewear in the area. Attention gas workers and outdoorsmen and women. Wiley X sunglasses are ANSI safety rated and military ballistic certified. At Price Optical, we set our sights on your vision. Our focus is on providing you complete quality eyewear. Price Optical, for the finest in eyewear. Jim Moff & Associates, you've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff & Associates, moffandassociates.com. Rainbow Carpet, not just an average flooring store. They do complete remodels, and they feature the hottest new products and design tips with 20-plus years experience. Rainbow, bringing your dreams home to you.
Hi, I'm John from Rainbow Carpet, and we're going to take you around and show a couple projects to you. Here in the foyer, we combined the look of bamboo with some beautiful porcelain tile. We used a polished porcelain tile that gives you the look of granite and marble without the heavy maintenance involved. Here's another great flooring product at Rainbow Carpet, luxury vinyl tile. Get the look of hardwood and ceramic without the cost and the maintenance. Stop in at Rainbow Carpet and check out our extensive line of luxury vinyl tile to meet all of your looks and your price point. Nothing puts the final touches on a kitchen like a custom ceramic backsplash from Rainbow Carpet. Stop into Rainbow Carpet and see our full line of ceramic tile for all of your kitchen and bathroom needs. Come see me, Johnny Rainbow, and I'll help you with your ideas for your home. Rainbow Carpet, 835 East 3rd Street.
Palco Federal Credit Union has served the area for over 75 years. Tom, Rachel, congratulations.
Thank you, Gary. We pride ourselves on our flexible, competitive loan products that we offer. We can finance houses, cars, boats. We offer a Visa card that's 8.9% fixed rate. Great products.
And I know your members love the online banking.
Absolutely. It's very easy to do. Just log on and you conduct all your business from your home.
Check it today. Palco Federal Credit Union, members serving members for 75 years.
For over 30 years, Fairfield Auto Group has had an unyielding commitment to hometown values. And we know how important those are to you. At Fairfield, cars cost less, but our service remains unrivaled. Fairfield for fair deals. Fairfield. You're gonna love us.
And again, we're back. Fairfield pregame show. Millionaires getting ready for Lancaster. Mccaskey tonight. Alvarado Construction, impact players of this ball game. You talk about the Millionaires, the guy that leads them, Stanley Scott, shade under 20 points a game. And he's the real deal, 6'4". He can get it done. Stanley Scott is a guy that at times Alan Taylor worries that Scott tries to take too much on his shoulders. Play within yourself and be that leader they need to be. This is a club that can certainly play well. They've got to make great decisions at tail ends of game. Well, as the Millionaires go, Stanley Scott goes, and he's certainly the guy they look up to be their leader down the stretch of the season. On the other side, Babe, impact player, Red Tornado, we're talking Lancaster, Mccaskey, and Ricky Cruz. And there's Ricky having a good time with his buddies in the stands prior to this ball game tonight. Ricky Cruz gives you 18 a game, 6'3" senior forward. Ricky Cruz is their go-to guy, the leading scorer for this club. Athletic, they can jump. Alan Taylor's seen film on this club, and the Millionaires going to have to play well tonight. This is a ball club that has played a lot of games, as Babe said, in the last 2 weeks. They're 5-6 coming in, but this will be a good quality win.
Well, you know, Stanley Scott has not only become a good basketball player, he was a good basketball player last year, gotten even better this year, but more importantly, he's become a team leader. They look up to him. They expect him to score. They expect him to make big plays when you need a big play, and he's produced for him this year. Stanley Scott's really tough. On the other side, the Lancaster player, he can put them up. He hits threes. He can hit them from all over the floor, and I'll tell you, he's going to be a key tonight. Who do they put on him to stop him? Millionaires have been playing good defense. We'll find out who it's going to be.
Yeah, Millionaires have 10 games left in the regular season. You want want to peak toward playoffs. Their quality win this year was Abington Heights, 58-47. They played a great game, and they played a great defensive game in a losing effort. Couple-point loss at Pottsville, down 2 players. So tonight, they play Mccaskey. As Alan Taylor says, if this club can make better decisions with their basketball IQ down the stretch in games, this is a club that could finish really hot, and I think he feels pretty good about their chances to win the District 2-4 title. But you've got to get this win tonight. We're going to take a time out. You're watching right here on WebWeeklyLive.com and Facebook Live. Remember, Sunday at 10, Monday at 7, Comcast 190. All right, this is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week tip-off coming up next. You've known them for more than 50-plus years in the Williamsport area. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services throughout Pennsylvania. Commercial builds from Starbucks to Panera and so much more. John Alvarado, now you're adding residential, and some of the finest homes are going to be built by you guys.
We've been doing residential design and construction work for about the last 4 years. Partnered with a firm called Scholes Design, who is a residential architectural firm, probably the premier firm in the country. Have an extensive catalog of their designs, as well as we have the ability to do our own custom designs as well.
And remodeling, a rebuild of a house to change the look.
Yeah, both interior or exterior. We did the kitchen makeover last year with your crew.
Yeah, the KISS FM kitchen makeover, what a success. Boy, that was a happy family in South Williamsport.
Great project, gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days. That was great. The exterior renovation work we've been doing has been everything from brick, stucco, stone, new facelifts for your home.
So, for a new build, commercial or now residential, make it Alvarado Construction for the finest in central Pennsylvania. You know, BJ's Steak and Rib House of Selinsgrove has been a Central PA classic since 1982, and they offer Central PA's only authentic oyster bar, available open to close 7 days a week, hot and cold selections from the cold waters of New England to the Canadian Maritimes at BJ's. Plus, they offer Central PA's premium house-dry aged steaks, all hand-cut in BJ's own butcher shop. BJ's Steak and Ribs, a Central PA classic in Selinsgrove. Rennie Road Armor Allstate Insurance. Rich, let's talk about your team, and let's meet some of the guys that make it happen every day here.
Gary, the gentleman standing behind me here, one is Kane Snyder. He's a licensed sales rep for our agency, along with Doug Seville and Mark Eckenstein. All do a great job and been with us for years. You guys, it's all about family. It's all about coverage. Let's talk about the great job you do and why you're so good at car insurance. Along with our competitive rates, we have a couple neat things with our policies, like decreasing collision deductibles, accident waivers, bonuses. If you go with our Allstate Platinum plan, you get a bonus if you go accident-free for 6 months, topped with our great service and work ethics. Bottom line is, it's all about service, all about coverage. Policy reviews, you do it all at Rennie Road Armor. We like to do one every day with as many clients as we can to make sure they're covered properly, making sure they're getting the discounts they need and should have. And again, just make sure that we're taking care of them the best we can.
KISS 1027, the 80s to now.
And once again, we're back. Rennie Road Armor All-State TV Game of the Week. WebWeeklyLive.com. Kiddingly, I say to Babe, Mayor, and Mike Struck, what if it goes overtime? We've got our pregame show. It goes OT. Millionaires lost that game, and we're lucky enough to grab our MVP, Price Optical Athlete. MVP Isaiah Hankins here in the pregame prior to the Millionaires getting a little later start to OT. First of all, congratulations. Great year, and Price Optical MVP.
Thank you. It's a great honor, and I'm very honored to have it. I appreciate it.
We're kidding. You know, here's a guy that could have won the award how many weeks in a row. And Isaiah, there were some weeks that you said, I can't believe I didn't win the award. We do have to spread it around. This is a guy that could have won it, and Potts, the numbers you guys put up, it was an amazing year, man. I'm really proud to say that we were part of that.
Yeah, it was a great year, great senior year. I'm glad we went out winning. I wouldn't want it any other way. District champs, and I'm going to be on the wall here. So everything I worked hard for is finally coming true. So it's a blessing.
Yeah, and I was hearing about you guys when you were young players coming up. Keep an eye on this class. Keep an eye on this class. You throw for 2,000 as a sophomore, and you knew that it was coming. What was the difference of the new coaching staff, Chuck Cruz coming in, putting together the staff that he did, to turn everything around and turn the winning tradition around at this school?
Well, Cruz, he was a people's coach. He knew everybody on an individual level, which made putting the athletes where they need to be way easier. So all he did, he had all the pieces, and he just put the puzzles together. So we made a great year, and I'm very proud of the coaching staff and my teammates.
Babe?
It's time to go to college now, and tell us a little bit about the recruiting process and where you're looking at.
It's in between IUP and Slippery Rock right now for my two decisions on whether I want to go.
Anybody talking to you about, because I trained this guy. This guy trained just like he played. I mean, I never knew where he was. I just knew he was so good that whatever he was doing must be all right. But you're a versatile athlete. You can play a lot of different positions. What are they talking? What are the colleges talking?
Slippery Rock wants me to play defensive back and IUP at quarterback.
At quarterback?
Yeah.
Well, does you fit into IUP's offense?
Yeah, it's the same offense we run here, spread, read option, so it wouldn't be a rash transition at the quarterback position. So
okay, now, what does Isaiah want? You want to play quarterback? You want to play defensive back?
I want to play quarterback.
That's what I thought.
And we had talks, because I know that Pitt had you out there, and I think Maryland and some different schools on that level, but they were talking D-back, wide out, another position. So certainly going PSAC, that's a wide open. We've done a couple PSAC games over the years. We did an IUP game with Edinburgh a number of years ago, and both were ranked in the top 15. They threw the ball all over. It was your type of offense.
Yeah, IUP, it's a perfect fit offensively. I like the coaches, and I just had an official visit today, so we'll see where the recruiting process takes me.
And you felt pretty good about that. Was there anybody else? I knew there were some teams like New Hampshire and different FCS type teams that looked at you too.
Yeah, they were looking at me for running back athlete, them and Stony Brook, but I want to focus on quarterback, so I'm going to focus on the PSAC.
Yeah, the amazing thing, here's a guy that put up over 8,000 total yards, 93 touchdowns in your career. And you did it with the feet, you did it with the arm, but a big arm. with the arm, but a big arm, but a big arm.
Hair is horrible. I can't take it off.
You know where you are. Anytime you're doing live TV, we lose power over here. We apologize to everybody at home watching that. We were actually taking time because of the overtime game of the JV game. Isaiah Hankins with us, our MVP, Price Optical MVP, of course, the athlete of the week many times over the last number of years. And just talking about your visit to IUP, Slippery Rock, some of those teams that seem to be a great fit. IUP certainly after you as a QB, and that's got to make you feel pretty good. You felt good about today's visit.
Yeah, I like the coaches a lot. The team, they brought me in just like I was one of their teammates for 4 years, so it was a very comfortable and fitting place. So I'm just waiting it out a little bit and try to narrow down which one I really want to go to.
You know, when we talk about doing the Millionaire Games as a Millionaire grad and fan and a guy that's done so many games over all the years, a lot of thrills for me. What was your biggest thrill as a player, as a Millionaire, during your career, maybe this year? Was there a play? Was there a run? Was there a touchdown pass? Is there one that stands out to you when you said, man, that wasn't half bad?
It's a lot of plays out there. I personally, I would say my run against State College in the third or fourth quarter, that was just, I don't know. I just like to run, and it put my team up, and it was a tough win. So I think that was my best play.
That was a club that ranked 5th in the state going into that game. That wasn't too shabby.
You know, I tell you what, I've watched him grow for all through middle school and up to the high school, and I tell you, I've watched him grow into a man. All right, he started out as a boy, all right, and then was a teenager for a while, but he became a man this year. He became a leader. He became someone that team looked for direction, and just had the whole package put together. You keep growing, buddy, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have a good career in football and a good life ahead of you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Isaiah Hankins, yeah, it's been a thrill. Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It has been fun. Our MVP, Price Optical MVP. JV game finished, varsity coming up minutes away. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State game. You're watching live on WebWeeklyLive.com, on Facebook, and of course, you can watch it after the fact at any of those sites, and Sunday at 10, Monday at 7, Comcast 190. We'll take a time out. We'll be back. Set our starting lineups. Don't go away. Good stuff.
Sporting Goods, you've known us as your baseball headquarters for years. But now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receivers gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
Jim Moff and Associates, you've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff and Associates, moffandassociates.com. And back once again, the Magic Dome tonight. Gary Crispin, Babe Mayer, Rennie Rodarmel, Allstate Game of the Week. It's an 8-4 Millionaire team off a win over Hollidaysburg. Hard-fought win on the road the other night. It is a team that has not been healthy. Still Rondell Carson, who plays a big key for this club, averages 10 points, near 11 a game. He's still out, rolled an ankle. Kaim Ali is back, but it's going to be awfully tough to get a lot of offense out of him. It still hurts him to shoot or pass a chest pass, as Alan Taylor told me just today. On the other hand, he's a guy that can rebound and play some defense. They need that. Stanley Scott is certainly one of the keys of this Millionaire team, and the big key, averaging a shade under 20 points a game.
And Stanley Scott is the leader of this team, too, and they look to him to do big things, and he's done it for them so far this year. He's going to need it here tonight. This is a fairly good-looking Mccaskey team. They got some height. They got some quickness. The JVs beat the Williamsport JVs in overtime, Gary. It was a great game. And, we could well see something like that in the varsity game.
Yeah, there's no question. Millionaires getting ready next week. We'll be back here. White Plains, New York will be the opponent. And we'll be back here Saturday night. And we've got a lot of big games. This is the first of our 10-game regular season. And also in 2 weeks, we've got some high school wrestling coming up. We're going to bring a couple of former big stars in wrestling and good sponsors of ours, Rich and Rennie Jr. Rodarmel. The Rodarmel boys are going to be doing the play-by-play of a match between Montoursville, very good team, and a much better Williamsport Millionaire team. That'll be coming up on June 24th. But we're going to be seeing Newman, Montoursville Warriors, of course, the Loyal Sock Lancers, Millionaires, and a whole lot more, to name a few, coming up for what should be an interesting year.
And then what always happens at the end of the year is the playoffs, and they're always big for us, Gary, and we will likely be there for that.
Well, we're going to find out here shortly. And it was pretty good timing that we were able to grab our MVP, the Price Optical MVP, Isaiah Hankins, about the time I said, if they go OT, we got time to kill. Somebody said, why don't you take some phone calls? Well, we were not set up for that. But we were able to grab Isaiah. Great seeing him. Isaiah made a decision not to play basketball. He's looking at his football future. And certainly Alan Taylor would have loved to have him, but he's got a good club, 8-4 coming in. And we're going to find out. I know we had the power outage. We had a little power failure in that end of the Commons a moment ago as we were live, and we'll find out at that point if we have lost our starting lineups for the ball game here tonight or not. And Mike, if we have them, we set our starting lineups. We're going to go on the floor, and we're about ready for this ball game tonight. AAA travel lineups. Isaiah Speller will start at guard. Ricky Cruz is their go-to guy. He's a forward. Wears number 1, averages 18 points a game. Jathan Gonzalez, backcourt. William Joseph at 6'7", and Marcus Benning. Their coaches told us, expect 15 guys that came up here from Lancaster on the bus. Everybody will play for this Red Tornado team.
And one guy that will play will be Numez, number 4. He comes off the bench quick, and we'll see a lot of action.
Williamsport Millionaires, pretty much the lineup they've had with Carson out of there. Brian Duvall is going to start in the backcourt. You've got Stanley Scott at 6'4", plays all over. Point guard is Marcus Simmons. Big guy coming out who played football, of course, Ethan Stryker at 6'4". He's a guy that gave them some great defense and great boxing out in their last couple of ball games. And Kaim Ali, great having him back. He was out a couple of ball games and missed that Pottsville game. Let's get out of the floor with our starting lineups for the ball game, and you see them coming back out again. And that's Isaiah Speller. This ball club is 5-6, but Babe said they played a lot of ball in the last 2 weeks.
Well, they sure have. They lost to Chester, they lost to Harrisburg, they lost to Reading, all right? They lost to Hempfield. These are all big-time teams from down in southeastern Pennsylvania. And when you look at their record, it could be very deceiving. I don't know, but it could be very deceiving because of the competition they played.
Alan Taylor, one of the things he's talking about, there's big striker, Ethan Stryker, who had been on the JV team playing, only to get more playing time and try to get his game together coming off the football season. Marcus Simmons, he's a young sophomore, started on the football team as a wideout at the end of the year. He's a good one, good athlete. He's their point guard.
Duvall comes out.
Brian Duvall comes out, wears 00. That's Kaim Ali and Stanley Scott. So we're ready to go.
You can see Ali has that bandage on his right hand. That's his shooting hand. And that could take a little bit away from his game, but he's still a good athlete.
Right now, let's pause for the playing of our national anthem. There's our national anthem. We're set for some basketball tonight from the Magic Dome. Not a bad crowd. Started very slow, but of course we had precipitation. Probably a half an inch of snow fell up here. Not a lot, just to make it a little dicey on the outside.
Don't worry, they have more salt than they have in the ocean on the hill to get up and down. Rarely do you have a problem getting up and down this hill. Getting here may be different, but up and down the hills, no problem.
WebWeeklyLog.com and on Facebook.
All right, we're ready. Randy Rodarmo All-State game. You can also watch it Sunday at 10, Monday at 7 on Comcast 190. 8-4 millionaire team. And a club that Alan Taylor feels with 10 games remaining in the regular season, he's got high hopes that this is a club's got to make better decisions. He says, if anything, we were in every ball game. Remember, they opened against Reading, and their All-State player, Lonnie Walker, who's headed to Miami. And they were a little starstruck in that first game. Got down 22, cut it to 1, lost by 10. But this is a club that's capable of winning them all. Their quality win was against Abington Heights, arch rival of theirs. That ball's tipped. Millionaires, Ali back to Scott down the lane, rolls it up and it won't stay in. Ricky Cruz comes out with it. Cross court, Gonzalez fades and shoots from 3 and it won't go. The rebound pulled down by Duvall. A whistle, a bump, and a foul inside. And they're looking at Marcus Simmons.
I thought that was going to be called on Stryker, but you say Simmons?
Yeah, it's going to be Stryker. It will be Stryker.
Yeah, Stryker was boxing out there, got a little physical, and that's why he's there, is to be physical.
They give it out to Joseph. Head of the circle. Cruz down the lane, off that hook off the left side, puts it in for a 2-0 lead. From Mccaskey. Ali down the lane, shoots and hits. That's a bonus. Still having trouble, as Babe said, heavily bandaged. He hurt that wrist against Loyalsock and has missed a couple of ball games. 2-2. Right side, they come to Gonzalez. Off that screen, head of the circle. Fade from 3. Shot won't go down. The miss by Cruz. off the rebound. And a little stutter step, the miss by Gonzalez. Here comes Scott, up the lane, stripped. Cruz the other way, lead pass, yes. Pretty play to Isaiah Speller for a 4-2 lead.
Speller did a good job of using his body to keep the defender off and get that shot off. I thought he was going to be blocked. He did a good job of preventing that.
Into the circle. And right now, Alan Taylor needs a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. And we'll see if we go to the short timeout in that 4-2 ball game. And we're going to go to the short 30. We'll be back. This is the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week.
Ray-Ban, Nike, Polo Ralph Lauren, Maui Jim, Costa, Gucci, Wiley X. Price Optical has the widest selection of sunglass eyewear in the area. Attention gas workers and outdoorsmen and women. Wiley X sunglasses are ANSI safety rated and military ballistic certified. At Price Optical, we set our sights on your vision. Our focus is on providing you complete quality eyewear. Price Optical, for the finest in eyewear.
Alan Taylor's not fooling around tonight, babe.
No, he's not. And I think, you learn a lot about a team and the first way they set up and how you're playing. And I think he had to make an adjustment early according to what he saw out on the floor. And we see substitutes in the game already for Mccaskey.
Yeah, this is going to be looking at the roster all night. They're going to get every guy in. There's no doubt. Nunez, the guy we're probably going to see pretty early for them. Ali, head of the circle. Playing that 3-2 zone against the Millionaires, and that's a way to beat him off the strip. Speller takes it end to end, lays it up and in. And the Red Tornado at 6-2.
Right now, the Millionaires aren't moving well away from the ball.
Stanley Scott from downtown, it wouldn't stay. Got his own rebound, puts it back too hard. Follow is good, and hits a shot for a 6-4 ball game.
Right there, you saw Stanley Scott at his best. He misses a shot. He doesn't hesitate. He was on that rebound as quick as he could get there. Finally got it to fall in the putback.
Here comes Speller. They come left side, Benning, who started this ball game. Marcus Benning. Millionaires early, watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com and on Facebook. Watch it anytime right here. First of our 10-game regular season. Millionaires in White Plains, New York. And we're filling you in on some other games we're looking at. Potentially a game with Newman in Lewisburg next week, but we'll let you know. That's Ricky Cruz, 18 points a game. He's a real deal. Deep jumper, Speller. Did he call a bank on that? I doubt it. He'll take it. 9-4 off the deep three by Isaiah Speller.
That was a 1950 set shot he took, too. That wasn't even a jumper.
Yeah, you're right. He's got 7 early points of the 9. Ali puts it on the floor, handed strip. Striker, loose ball picked up again. Down the lane, the penetration. Duvall for 3. The answer, no good. Cruz off the dribble. Lays it short and gets hacked from behind. It looks like it'll be Ricky Cruz to the line. 6'3" senior, 66% on the three-point line, or we should say the free throw line during the course of this season so far for the 5 and 6 Red Tornado.
All right, that's a third team foul against the Millionaires here with 4:59. Just 5 minutes to go here in the first period. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Red Tornado made a long drive up here on a snowy condition in a school bus, as you mentioned. They didn't come in luxury.
They played a game last night, too. That's got to be tiring.
Yeah, they lost a tough one last night. Won their game on Wednesday off 2 misses. Millionaires down 6. First quarter. Simmons got the pass into Striker, had it blocked, and a whistle and foul. And that's one of the things they want Striker to do, is go right up with the ball. And that's one reason he was playing a lot of JVs, to work in his offensive game. There's no doubt defensively. And he's a wide body, good guy that will be probably the Millionaire tight end next year in football.
Right.
And a defensive end.
And he's a big body, too. And they also need a big body in there to mix it up.
This is an undersized Millionaire team. One of the things that they have done this year, Second shot, Ali has 3, missed it, goes out against the Millionaires. Millionaires worked on their strength this year, worked out, lifted throughout the summer to be stronger against opponents that are much bigger that can wear them down. And they've done a little lifting during the season just to keep the strength up. They feel this is a club that is really in shape this year, trying to outlast opponents because they don't have that big size. They've already seen some big guys this year. Is it Abington Heights as a 7-footer? They faced a 6'10" guy, I think, from Hazelton.
Well, Stanley Scott plays a lot bigger than what he is in height.
Pretty play.
And he matches up well inside.
Isaiah Speller, he's out to a good start. He's got 5 to match the Millionaires' 5 points. Jerry and White are down 7, 12-5. A little bit off the double team out of that 3-2. But they're extending it, trying to double the ball. They get it out to the corner to Duvall. They take away the shot, got it into Ali, turns, spins, and draws the foul. The foul coming off big William Joseph at 6'7". And to the line is Ali. See how he shoots his free throw.
Well, I tell you what, I thought that was a pretty good block. He must have got him with the body on the way up.
Kaim Ali. Shot won't stay. 6'2", and another senior forward for this team.
You know, and that's a shooting hand that hurts when he shoots, and that's going to throw his shot off a little bit.
Well, that's a surprise. Rondell Carson just checked in. Alan Taylor told me that he wouldn't play.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to play tonight either. That'll help.
Darryl Wilson comes into the ball game for the Millionaires too. He's a good shooter. Good trap. Millionaires nearly got the turnover. They get it to Speller. Benning on the outside of the left wing. Millionaires trying to pick the defensive tempo up in this game. That is a key for this Millionaire team. They played great D the other night against Pottsville in a couple-point loss. But Alan Taylor felt it was maybe their second best game in defensive effort of the season as Cruz draws a foul on the left side.
You know, when Cruz gets that ball, he gets that look in his eye at the basket, and you know he's going to go to the basket, but he's good enough that he can get in there and draw fouls.
Millionaires down 6, 12-6, first period from the Magic Dome tonight. Game of the week brought to you by Harder Sporting Goods and our Play to Win halftime show. Scott and the gang have everything you need this winter. We're talking everything from swimming to wrestling to basketball, baseball's coming. Of course, they're your headquarters for all the team sports. And, of course, our Price Optical Athlete of the Week awards come from Harders and Keystone. Of course, it does a great job.
And
Keystone
Carson
Specialties.
Carson makes a shot from the outside. That helps.
14-8. Speller back to Cruz, and the lane goes up and travel and turn it up. And now that defense trying to set the tempo, because this is a Millionaire team that likes to get in transition and run. There's no doubt. Carson, now remember, he had twisted an ankle. He's moving pretty well out there right now. Wilson not on the same page with Carson, and they turn it over.
Well, you know, I think Carson looked at the velocity of the pass and said, that's not coming to me. It must be coming to somebody behind me, and there was nobody there.
Here comes Speller, dishes it. Cruz, yes.
Millionaires.
Good job breaking pressure there,
Yeah.
16-8. Here comes Scott the other way. Stanley finds Carson, puts it on the floor off the head fake. Shot won't go. Rebound Wilson.
That was a good block in there.
Ray Goodwin in the ball game. Got it to Cruz again. Baseline offensive foul using the arm, and a good job by Ali getting set and hitting the deck.
That was Joseph, the big 6'7" guy that blocked that shot in the defensive end, and then brought it back up court, and Millionaires pick up another foul. That's 4.
The Red Tornadoes, I believe, are going to take a short time out. We'll take time. Millionaires down 8. This is the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week. You've known the name for more than 50 years. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services all over Pennsylvania. John Alvarado, now you're doing even more residential.
We've partnered with Shoals Design, a residential architectural firm, offering designs out of their catalog. Also have the ability to do a custom design in-house for a client.
And a remodel, like the Kiss FM home makeover, a huge success.
That was a great project. Gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days.
Alvarado Construction for residential and commercial builds. Millionaires, quick time out by Lancaster. Little backcourt pressure. Duvall back in the ball game. Simmons, Duvall breaks the trap on the left side. Scott turns up, shoots, and hits. Good job of Stanley Scott. And at 16-10. Millionaires trying to then turn right around and pressure the ball and turn and get a turnover there forced. And the Millionaires do force the turnover on the inbound play. Good play. That is how the Millionaires, you know, when Pete White built this place, the Magic Dome, that is what they did. The minute they scored, they put pressure on the ball and teams had trouble getting it in. Simmons, Alan Taylor was a star for Pete White in the late 80s. There's a fade by Scott. Cruz pulls the rebound down. They give it to Gonzalez. Away to Goodwin. Right side, Wilson. Speller running that point. There's a fade by Cruz. Shot won't go. Rebound pulled down. Millionaires Duvall. Simmons, the young sophomore. Great pass. And they big time slam dunk by Scott has the crowd up. He's got 6 points in the ball game at 16-12. Back down the other way, and there's an offensive foul. And that's going to be number 2.
Let's see if that gets the Millionaire players as fired up as it got the crowd. Oftentimes they feed off of that Stanley Scott dunk.
That is a second foul against Gonzalez. Wilson in the ball game now. Head of the circle to ball. That's Wilson. He's got a great outside shot and knocks it down. Darrell Wilson leads his club with threes and cuts it to a 1-point game, 16-15. They were down by 8 at one point. Good backcourt pressure. The defense sets this team's momentum, that's for sure. That's Gonzalez, fronted by Wilson, who just hit that 3. That's Cruz. Scott on him. Good battle going on there between the 2 leading scorers of these teams. Goodwin trying to take the lane, pitches it back, and Joseph steps back for 3 and knocks it down. The 6'7" man stepping out looking smooth, 19-15. Wilson baseline, the dish to Duvall, had it slapped away. Loose ball picked up, Gonzalez looking for Cruz. Cruz is thinking, well, he could think dunk. He was able to reverse it in. And a good job off transition there, 21-15.
Yeah, right now, Lancaster's in this ball game, or leading this ball game on transition. In the half court, the Millionaires are playing very good defense, and they've got to keep that up. Eventually, that'll break you down on the offense.
Yeah, they've had 5 unanswered points from a 1-point game to a 6-point game now with 4.5 seconds left. Wilson for 3. Yes! Wilson's 2 for 2 and has cut the lead to 21-18. We'll take a timeout. Millionaires down 3 after 1. You're watching WebWeeklyLive.com, and this is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Nice crowd on hand tonight. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
At the end of the first quarter, the score, Red 21.
Rennie Road Armel is all about service. I know you've told me that for a long time. 8 out of 10 policy reviews your people do save people money. You got to be proud of that.
Yeah, we're really proud of that. And I think the biggest problem we have is getting people in here. They have a negative attitude and think that we're trying to sell them something. Keep in mind, a review is set up for one purpose. Make sure you have all the appropriate discounts. Make sure you're getting the best protection at the best possible price.
When it comes to cars, there are so many options. But when it comes to people, there's only one dealership you can trust. Fairfield Auto Group is that dealership, the one that understands you. We aren't just a dealership. We are a part of your community. We are your neighbors. Fairfield. You're gonna love us.
Saturday night, the Magic Dome. It's always the big entertainment place during the winter, there's no question. Merry Christmas, Bay Bear. Cable Sports in our 30th season, our 30th year of basketball. As we started with football this year, what a run we had. Millionaires had been down as many as 8. Roared back a moment ago. Darrell Wilson has hit back-to-back threes, and he cut it at the buzzer to a 3-point game, 21-18. They drew within 1, then gave up 5 straight points, and then Wilson cut it back to a 3-point game, but knocking down his second 3 of the first quarter of this ball game. There's a whistle, foul, Millionaires.
That's going to be the 6th foul against the Millionaires. And we're just beginning the second half. Or the second quarter, I'm sorry.
Trying to get some guys in. Brian Mccaskey, 5'10", sophomore guard, is in. He's going to get the inbound. Gets it in. Shot won't go. Off the miss that time, but Greg Nunez. And he gets fouled on the way up.
That's going to go against Carson. That'll be the 7th foul, and we're now in the bonus for Lancaster. Let's see how they shoot from the stripe.
It's a bonus having Rondell Carson. He was not expected to play. And he just practiced for the very first time the other day. And Alan Taylor didn't think he was ready, but I guess it came down to warm-ups. That's certainly a key. He's a key down the stretch. There's no question about that. 21-18.
Nunez missed the front end.
And, of course, our streaming partner, Derek Rizzo, the gang, PA Sports Live. It's PASportsLive.com. Does a great job on Webb Weekly Live. Simmons facing that 3-2 zone. They extended. They've been stingy and gave the Millionaires some problems early. Alan Taylor called a very quick timeout to attack the zone. They brought Wilson in, and Wilson knocked down 2 threes in a row, 1 at the buzzer. That's Wilson, baseline there. Fronted by Gonzalez, misses the shot, front of the rim. Cruz got the rebound. Get it back to McKenzie. They deny the ball. Good defense in the corner now. Gonzalez needs some help. Comes out to Goodwin. Goodwin off the drive, off the head fake. Shot won't go. Put back Nunez won't go. A whistle and a reach-in foul there against the Millionaires.
That one's going to go against Wilson. That's the 8th team foul. 2 more and they shoot 2, and we still have 7 minutes to go on the clock. Foul line could be huge to Lancaster if they can benefit and hit some shots here.
Ethan Stryker is going to come back in the ball game, give you a little bit more muscle inside at 6'4". Did a great job in their last game or 2 boxing out, giving them an inside presence. But Alan Taylor trying to work in his offensive game. And he certainly can be a key for this team down the stretch. That time, good job with good position, and then a reach back foul. The foul against Ray Goodman, junior guard.
Now that's the 5th team foul against Lancaster. If they can get Williamsport, if Williamsport can get the bonus out of this, that would be great.
Millionaires already have 18 fouls in this ball game. Early gone second period. Cable Sports 22-18. They're down 4. Got themselves down 8 at one point. Duval started the ball game, gives it to Ali, who spins in the lane and makes a nice move and puts it in. Kaim Ali getting healthier every game.
And I'll tell you what, he's got to have a strong wrist because he hung on to that, picked up the foul. It's going to go back to Lancaster. I didn't see it go off a Lancaster player, but
Millionaires didn't feel good about it.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I thought he threw it away.
Rennie Rodarmo All-State game. And there, well, I'll tell you what.
That was a push-off.
Yeah, a little push-off on the inbound against Stanley Scott, and a good job that time as referee right there, Ray Goodwin, picks up the foul. And actually, it's got to be Goodwin. I want to double check. No, actually, it's going to be Juan Gonzalez. It just came in. Number 11 is going to pick it up. That'll be their team foul number 6. Simmons. Scott stepping for 3. Knocked it down. Nothing but net. Stan Scott. Millionaires. 23-22. He's got 9 points. And that, by the way, is going to be the first lead of the ball game for the Millionaires off that three a moment ago. This has not been a team that shot well from the perimeter this season, but Wilson has a pair tonight, and now Scott, and that's a great sign for Alan Taylor's Millionaires.
Now, there's a timeout called. I think the official called an official's timeout. I don't know what the story is, but it's going to be a technical foul. And it was over by the Millionaire bench. I know it was on the bench or on a player, but you can see who's at the line shooting. Their big man.
Yeah, Cruz is going to shoot.
And you know, they're not, fortunately for the Millionaires, they're not shooting well from the foul line.
Yeah, I'll tell you, still up in the air on who that team was called against. Cruz again, that time knocked it down. They're going to get the ball at midcourt. He tied it at 23. Millionaires now have 9 team fouls. And the technical, and they get the ball back. Millionaires had to fight all game long to finally take a lead, and now the game is tied at 20-23. Backcourt Mccaskey. They come out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, good pressure by Simmons off the ball screen. They give it back to him. That's Nunez. Nunez goes baseline, turns, and Nunez the offensive foul. Nunez trying to clear him out with the arm, and he got called at the baseline. The referee right there. And the Millionaires get it back. That's team foul 7 against the Red Tornado.
Well, you know, right now it's a situation where these officials are calling a tight game, and they're getting a lot of the hand checking, things like that. But the teams have to adjust. They're being consistent both ways.
Simmons. Altamar Jason, the ball game, number 14. Off the miss by Duvall. Rebound picked up Nunez. Goodwin back down the other way. Tries to split a defender, has it blocked. It's going to be a blocking foul by Simmons, who tried to step in and take the charge, and he was not set. Clearly not set and moving back.
Right.
And he gets the blocking foul against him. Team foul 10. Simmons
it was about a half a step late getting in there, so it was a definite foul.
Game of the week brought to you by BJ's Steak and Rib House in Selinsgrove. And I'll tell you, it's certainly a go-to place. That steak and brew special is as good as you're going to find at BJ's Selinsgrove, PA. Jason, who was a guy that they thought about, either Stryker or Jason, that would get the start inside. Stryker got the start tonight. But now good to see that Carson has played a bit. Little hop step by Simmons. Got into the lane, missed a shot. Rebound, one and done. Goodwin off to Cruz. Cruz pulls up. The jumper goes. Ricky Cruz, 18 points a game. He's got a quick 14 on the night already. And it's 27-23.
Well, you know, for since the last time out, there has the big man, the 6'7" player from Lancaster, has been on the bench, and that kind of surprises me. Joseph was playing well,
and Ethan Stryker used the arm and is going to get an offensive foul, trying to clear somebody out down there. Pretty obvious up here.
Yeah.
That's his second foul. And, of course, Red Tornado on the double bonus the rest of the way in this half, 27-23. They're back up on top in this ball game. Millionaires trying to get out. Alan Taylor said we've been our own worst enemy, especially at tail ends of game when you want to make the right decision. It all comes down to leadership. Little stop and go action. Pretty play. Missed the shot that time off the miss by Mccaskey. And a whistle and a reach back foul. And Brian McKenzie's going to get to the line.
Yeah, and he'll shoot too. They're in the double bonus right now. 4:24 to go here in the second quarter. Fortunately, the Lancaster has not fared well at the foul line, but they did hit their last two.
Red Tornado 5 and 6. They do play a heck of a schedule, as do the Millionaires. Millionaires play a pretty doggone good schedule too. 28-23. Lancaster had led by as many as 8. Cruz, good offensive bound. There's a three-point play the old-fashioned way as he turns back up and follows off the rebound and got the two back. And it turns out to be a three-point play. Off the strip by Goodwin, stolen back by Simmons. Off the trap, Simmons. Now the reach-in foul. They're going to look that time at Juan Gonzalez.
And that's a good call. He had the ball. All they had to do is hold their arms up high. I don't think he could see to get the ball off to anybody. They reached in, hit the arm, and good call by the officials.
Millionaires down 7. They clawed back within 1, 16-15. They trailed at the end of the quarter. Actually trailed 21-18. But it was Darrell Wilson that came and got a pair of threes and hit one at the buzzer to cut it to a 3-point game. Millionaires have led only once by 1 point. They were down 8 twice. Down 7 now. Trying to get their motion offense going against the zone. Simmons for 3. Yes, their 4th 3 of the ball game to cut it back to a 4-point game, 30-26.
That was a good shot by Simmons. Well needed by the Millionaires. Now they got to get some good defense and not foul.
Gonzalez, nice drive, draws the foul, a reach in. That time against Altamar Jason. Well, he's going to have a lot of guys potentially in foul trouble before this game.
You're right.
They've been in the double bonus for a while. 3:33 left.
Fortunately,
and we're in the first half of this ball game.
Fortunately, Alan Taylor is rotating a lot of people in, spreading those fouls out. Unfortunately, Lancaster's now hitting from the foul line.
Yeah, you're right. Second shot, Gonzalez, and that goes down. This is a club that averages 60.7 per game. And back down come the Millionaires, down 6, 32-26. Marcus Simmons, the sophomore point guard, started at wide out, tail end of the season in football.
Also defensive back, also was a good corner.
Well, he did a good job, but Millionaires had some key injuries.
Right.
At the tail end of the year.
And he was a good substitute. He did a good job. He's a young man. He'll see some good action before he's done.
If you missed it, Isaiah Hankins tonight was on our pregame. We had to kill some time, and boy, did we luck out by grabbing the MVP, who we had just announced. Hankins won our Price Optical MVP in football. Trayson Potts, the offensive player. And Stebbins, what a play by Ali at the baseline. Turns and lifts it and lays it in. 32-28, he's got 8 points. And Ross Stebbins, two-time All-Stater. And Ross Stebbins, our defensive player of the year in football. Stanley Scott's got to be a guy we're looking at in basketball that could be the MVP this year. Boy, backing in Nunez, giving him all he can handle. Good move up the lane. Ray Goodman got caught and fouled. And now a shot for a couple more back for Lancaster. With 2:42 left in this ball game, the Harders play to win halftime show coming up. And Babe Bears, who is he, where is he now? Babe's going to set you up and then give you the answer at the tail end of the halftime show.
Should be a good one, Gary. You'll relate to it, I know that.
Game of the Week brought to you by KISS FM. And we've got a big game giveaway for the Super Bowl coming up soon. We'll tell you more about that. Details coming, and it's going to be a big year. Some great prizes you can win on KISS FM. Of course, the Crispin Show will fill you in 5:30 to 10 weekdays on KISS FM, and 6 to 10 Saturday. Goodwin off the steal, puts it right back in, and the Millionaires struggling a bit against an upbeat team, 36-28.
And it's not good defense by Lancaster. It's just bad offense by the Millionaires that's turning the ball over.
They go back to Ali, who turns, spins, and lays it in. I think he's over that ankle injury, or the wrist injury.
Yeah, he seems to be handling it well. Whoever taped his wrist probably locked it in as much as they could, and he doesn't have full range of motion, but he has enough to. He's a good enough ball player to make it fall.
Goodwin in the backcourt. That's Gonzalez. And now get some other folks in the ball game. Ramon Garcia. Ricky Cruz. Cruz trying to take that time. Up the lane. Baseline won't go. Millionaires have Keith Jason, now number 1 in the ball game. Altamar Jason is also in.
And
Ali Duvall.
Joseph is back in the ball game, the 6'7" center from Lancaster, and he will shoot 2, and he hits the first one. I'll tell you what, he has a good shot.
Brandon Campbell in right now for the Millionaires too, trying to give some guys a rest. They're down 7, 37-30. Second shot by Joseph. Extends the lead to 38-30. Joseph hit a big-time 3 earlier in this game.
Millionaire's got a little bit, do a better job of protecting that ball. That pass there was knocked out of bounds, but it could have just as well been intercepted.
Here's Alley again, turns, spins, shot won't go. Middle of that lane. Hustle that time, going to be a reach-in foul underneath.
Going to be a good call. It'll send Campbell to the foul line.
Right now, you talk about the difference at the free throw line is a difference by far in this ball game.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
14 out of 20 right now for the Red Tornado at the line in this game in the first half.
And throwing a Millionaire turnover every now and then. They're not playing a real clean game. I'm sure Alan Taylor's going to talk to him about that at halftime.
No doubt after the Campbell miss. Up the lane, Goodwin. They go to Joseph again. Trying to go baseline. They come back underneath. Steele. Taking back Ali. Ali up the lane, tries to finish. Had it blocked by Joseph. A clean block, no foul. Here comes Ricky Cruz on the crossover. Gives it right side again. Playing some catch in the backcourt, Gonzalez. And a travel. That's right. Brian McKenzie took steps, turned it over. The Millionaires right now are hoping they can come back and get a big shot. They want to keep it under 10. This is their largest deficit. They've been down now 3 times by 8 points.
I thought there was a walk that they missed on this side. They called the walk on the far side, so it evened out.
They're extending that 3-2 zone's giving us some problems tonight. Yeah. Elliot Walker is now in the ball game, Millionaires. Walker cuts to the right down to the bucket. He was a great player. Made some All-State honors. First team All-State as an athlete. What a great year he had for the Williamsport Millionaires. One of the prime target. He and Jalen Jackson from Isaiah Hankins. That's Walker that had it there. Campbell gives it back. Deep shot. Bingo. Goes down. Pretty good play there. Keith Jason steps back. The Millionaires' third free in the first half of the ball game. 38-33. Possession arrow, Millionaires good hustle. They're going to get it back. They've cut it to a 5-point game with 16 seconds left in the first half of the ball game.
You know, I think I may see a little of a fatigue factor hitting Mccaskey. They did play last night, did have a long trip up here on a bad day. And they seem to have some lulls, and they're in one right now. Millionaires got to take advantage of it, get back in this ball game.
There's the ball at the buzzer. Shot won't go. Millionaires got back within 5. They lost track of the scoreboard and the clock a moment ago. We're going to take a timeout. 38-33 halftime. You're watching the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week, and you're watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. And we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more. Don't go away. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week.
It's time to give away some prizes and also
Rennie Road Armel Allstate Insurance. It's all about family, all about service. Jessica Steinbacher, you're here a lot of years as the office manager. Who are the other ladies that are right here with you?
Well, off to my left is Sheila Hunter. She's been with us about 10 years now. She's a customer service representative. And this is Becca Berry. She's our front desk go-to person. And they're both integral parts of our everyday flow here at the office.
You know, you have a lot of benefits here at Rennie Road Armel Allstate. One is the drive-in claim center. Explain that to me.
Yes, we have an adjuster here twice a week that will actually inspect the damage to your vehicle locally, conveniently for you.
And what about claim satisfaction guarantee?
If you are in any way dissatisfied with the way Allstate handled your claim, we will reimburse you your 6-month premium on that vehicle the claim occurred.
Those are some of the great benefits. Rennie Road Armel Allstate Insurance.
Ray-Ban, Nike, Polo Ralph Lauren, Maui Jim, Costa, Gucci, Wiley X. Price Optical has the widest selection of sunglass eyewear in the area. Attention gas workers and outdoorsmen and women. Wiley X sunglasses are ANSI safety rated and military ballistic certified. At Price Optical, we set our sights on your vision. Our focus is on providing you complete quality eyewear. Price Optical, for the finest in eyewear.
Rainbow Carpet, your flooring headquarters for over 20 years in Central PA, has you covered for all the new flooring designs. The Massera family will help you every step of the way with those new creative ideas.
from carpeting, ceramic tile, laminate, vinyl, hardwoods including exotic hardwoods like bamboo and Brazilian cherry. And their carpet and cleaning service and water and fire restoration is second to none. For all your flooring needs, see Tony, Mary, Anthony, and John, the Masser family at Rainbow Carpet.
Welcome to the Harders Halftime Show. I'm Dennis. This is Scott from Harders Sporting Goods. At the beginning of the year, every team needs to raise funds. At Harders, they put the fun back in fundraising. You go to PABooster.com where you select some products and a design. We help you sell it, we bag it, we sort it, we drop it off with a check to your organization.
And you know, Dennis, what they can do with that check is you can come here to Harders Sporting Goods. We've been your baseball headquarters for years and years. And now, we'd like you to know that we're your headquarters for football and soccer and wrestling, any fall sport, winter sport, spring sport. We can take care of your needs. We're here at Harders Sporting Goods, and we're your hometown sporting goods store. Come see us at Harders Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
This 1985 Williamsport graduate was the only underclassman to start on the Millionaires' first state championship basketball team. A defensive specialist on a dominating defensive team, his ability to force turnovers and disrupt opponents' play was a key to the Millionaires' success. He would go on to play 4 years at Lycoming College and today is the radio color analyst for Lyco basketball. Who is this week's Rennie Road Armor Allstate Insurance? Who is he and where is he now? Well, stay tuned at halftime for the answer, and we'll be right back after these messages.
And we're back here on the Fairfield Auto Group halftime show with Rick Quigley, longtime GM at Fairfield, 30-plus years in this business. And I'll tell you, Rick, you guys continue to expand. We're down at the end of the county. You guys pretty much own it with the locations right here at the Halls-Pennsdale exit off I-180.
Well, that's right, Gary. We've got our Hyundai store across the street. We have Toyota right here, and behind me is Honda. And at the end of the cul-de-sac is going to be our brand new BMW store, which we've already broken ground, and they're clearing that off right now as we speak.
Yeah, and that's bigger and better than ever, meaning you're selling a lot, meaning they want to put more cars here. And that's huge, a luxury model that people love.
Yeah, BMW has done very well, and their forecast for BMW is to do exceptionally well over the next few years. They've got a lot of new brands coming out, new models, and it's the only luxury brand in this market.
Great thing about it, too, you've got locations over this entire region of Central PA, and one of the newest is down in Lewisburg, state-of-the-art facility for Chevy and Caddy.
Yeah, finished the Chevy Cadillac store last year, have a huge parking lot across the street, hold up to 500 cars, and doing very well with a great display there.
And the Kaiser boys, they've got a location in Danville in the Muncie area, Route 405. You've got the Dodge and you've got Jeep and everything there. And, of course, Fairfield Ford implements Ford at the Auto Mall with BMW moving here and Volkswagen down there, too. And that's a great location.
It is a great location, and having Ford up the other end of the county certainly helps. We have both ends covered for our customers.
Rick, you're all over it. Let's get 30 more years coming for Fairfield.
That's what we're here for. Thanks.
Congratulations, and make it Fairfield for fair deals. Dolly's Diner behind Rita's Italian Ice just off the Golden Strip is Loyal Sock's answer to cheers, where everyone knows your name. For the best in home-style breakfast and lunch, 7 days a week, 5 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Dolly's Diner, homemade breakfast, homemade lunches here in Loyal Sock Township, and where any food worth eating a lot of.
Dolly's Diner behind Rita's just off the Golden Strip. You've known them for more than 50-plus years in the Williamsport area. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services throughout Pennsylvania. Commercial builds from Starbucks to Panera and so much more. John Alvarado, now you're adding residential, and some of the finest homes are going to be built by you guys.
We've been doing residential design and construction work for about the last 4 years, partnered with a firm called Scholes Design, who is a residential architectural firm, probably the premier firm in the country. have an extensive catalog of their designs, as well as we have the ability to do our own custom designs as well.
And remodeling, a rebuild of a house to change the look.
Yeah, both interior or exterior. We did the kitchen makeover last year with your crew.
Yeah, the Kiss FM kitchen makeover, what a success. Boy, that was a happy family in South Williamsport.
Great project, gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days. That was great. The exterior renovation work we've been doing has been everything from brick, stucco, stone, new facelifts for your home.
So, for a new build, commercial or now residential, make it Alvarado Construction for the finest in central Pennsylvania. And again, we're back. Harder's play to win halftime show. Millionaires down 38-33 at halftime. Gary Crispin and Babe Mayer. Cable Sports in our Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Millionaires found themselves down 8 points twice early. They cut it to a 3-point game. Darrell Wilson came off the bench, hit a pair of threes, one at the buzzer to make it a 3-point game. And then they actually took a lead, Babe, on this River Valley Transit big play in the first half of this ball game. Let's take a look at this. They took their only lead, a 1-point lead off the shot, coming right here.
And here it is. You're going to see they work the ball around, and it's going to be a three-pointer, and it puts them up by one, but it wasn't lived very long as Lancaster got back in the ball game very quickly.
Yeah, Stan Scott came in. Millionaires, who do not shoot the three for the perimeter very well, have hit 5 in the first half of this game. That's a great sign all the way around. But again, Millionaires getting themselves in foul trouble. That's one of the big keys in this ball game tonight. And pretty much the free throw line's the difference. Millionaires are only 2 out of 6, and right now J.P. Mccaskey 14 out of 20. Cruz has 16 to lead the way, 2 away from what he averages per game. And of course, Millionaires led by Stan Scott's 9, Ali with 10. Good sign there. Kaim Ali looks like he's finished coming off that bad wrist. He looks good offensively coming into the ball game, better than I expected all the way around.
Well, I tell you, the Millionaires got to do 2 things in the second half of this ball game to win this game. Number 1 is they got to not foul. They got to look at these officials are calling it tight, don't foul. And number 2, they got to stop producing turnovers. If they can do those 2 things, they're in this ball game.
Yeah, they got to turn that defense up and turn that. They like getting into transition and again doing a better job at attacking that 3-2 zone. All right, Babe Mayer, who is he? Where is he now? Let's find out what is the answer. I think I know who this guy is. I did every one of those games that year, all 30.
The guy was the only non-senior starter on the '84 championship team, and it is Seth Birch. All right, he was a junior that year. He would go on to play his senior year and then go on to Lycoming College, where he started for 4 years at Lycoming College. And Seth Birch was a good ball player. Seth and his wife Debbie now reside in Loyalsock Township, and he's got 2 dogs, and that's Seth's. He's coaching them right now.
Yeah, and a moment ago, we had a good shot of Jeff Cherba in there. I thought Cherba was the answer, but it was Cherba that had the actual PIAA state championship deal. We've had some streaming recently of the Millionaire game, and we put on Facebook of the '84 team. Talk about great memories. We put the Norristown game on. What a year. 30-0, 1984. Seth Birch, the answer. The lone junior. That's the trivia question. He's our who is he, where is he now? We're going to take a timeout. This is the Harder's Play to Win halftime show, and you're watching the Rennie Road Armel All-State game. Remember the game Sunday at 10, Monday at 7, Comcast 190. Anytime as you watch it live now on Facebook and WebbWeeklyLive.com. We'll be back. Millionaires down by 5.
Okay.
Hi, this is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. You've known us as your baseball headquarters for years, but now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receivers gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
Son, it's time to learn how to change a tire. Let's see. I know it's in here. Oh, here we go. Then you want the, no, maybe that's what this is for. Oh, listen, come on. Are you getting any of this?
that. I sent our GPS location to AAA 20 minutes ago.
Really?
You gave me a AAA card, remember?
You trust AAA with your car. Now let AAA Travel handle your vacation plan. Don't go to strangers. Go to AAA Travel. Jim Moff & Associates, you've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff & Associates, moffandassociates.com.
Kiss 1027, the 80s to now.
And again, we're back. The Magic Dome, Gary Crispin and Bay Bear. Cable Sports, our 30th basketball season getting underway. Our Rennie Rhode Armel All-State game of the week. Been a fun run. Boy, did we have a great time doing those football games. Millionaire team that dominated the Price Optical MVP with Isaiah Hankins, who was on our pregame show tonight. And, of course, on top of that, Grayson Potts, that great sophomore tailback. A lot of big schools. I know James Franklin likes him. A lot of big schools looking at him. And Ross Stebbins is going to play in the next level next year. Two-time All-State defensive end, and then moved to defensive tackle, and just so quick, shored up the defense for the Millionaires down the stretch. And Stebbins, our defensive player of the year. Potts, the offensive player and most valuable player. No question, it was Isaiah Hankins, who accounted for 93 touchdowns in his career, over 8,000 total yards passing and running, and boy, broke every record as a QB in Millionaire history, going down as the greatest quarterback in Williamsport Millionaire history.
And if you missed it, we had an interview with him at the beginning of the game that was a very good interview. You see how what a leader he was and just how he presents himself in interview situations like that. Isaiah Hankins was a big part of the Millionaire success this year.
Here come the Red Tornadoes. They were dominant at the line. They were there 20 times, hit 14 Millionaires, 2 out of 6. Steele Scott, end-to-end, Stan knocks it down. 38-35, he's dunked down a pair tonight. And Stan Scott in this ball game right now has got 12 points.
Well, let's see if the Millionaires can feed off that now. Play good defense.
Off the screen. There's a good job off the double team.
Yeah, I think Millionaires may get that ball. Let me see what they're... Oh, it's going to be a foul. It's going to be a foul on Speller from Lancaster.
Yeah, he's got 2 in the ball game.
Millionaires only down by 3 now. See if they can convert here.
Yeah, they've had 1 lead in the game at 16-15 and a Stan Scott three-pointer. Jumper, shot won't go to Ball. Back down the other way, Speller. Had it partially blocked. Loose ball picked up. Stepping in the end line was Simmons.
I don't think it was stepping in the end lines. I think he came from out of bounds to catch the ball.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
That's so the Millionaires in full court defense. They had a lot of success with this early on. I'm sorry, they're only in the half court. I'm switched around here.
Here comes Speller. Head of the circle. Ran the floor well in the first half of this ball game, and this club had 3 8-point leads. Off the dribble, a push, and a whistle, and a foul.
That may go against Stan Scott. That'll be his 3rd, and that is a critical foul right there.
Yeah, that's a big one. 38-35, our score of the game. They called them tight in this ball game tonight.
Yeah. But they've been consistent both ways. The teams then have to adjust.
Inbound, they turn it back over.
And that's going to be another foul.
Yep.
That one's going to go against Lancaster. and it's going to go against Joseph, the big man. That's his second.
Big guy pushing off on that inbound play. Here comes Simmons trying to attack the zone. Millionaires have hit 5 threes in this game. There's the alley-oop. You don't throw it down any better than that. Off the lob from Simmons to Stanley Scott, his 3rd dunk of the ball game.
And I'll tell you what, they caught Lancaster sleeping there.
Scott's got 13 in the ball game. 38-37. Millionaires down a point. Beautiful play. What a lob by Simmons for the assist. Inbound pass, Joseph, too far, alley, loose ball off the break. Duvall got it, Scott deals back to Carson for 2. Pretty play.
And the Millionaires take the lead for the first time since early in this ball game. They had a 1-point lead, and that was erased real quick. Let's see what they can do with this.
We're going to take a short timeout. 39-38 Millionaires. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week.
Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, serving 3 meals 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 3 p.m. on Sundays. House-made desserts, including famous Griggs' sticky buns, coffee, peanuts, and peanut butter, and specialty drinks. Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, just off North Loyalsock Avenue in Montoursville.
Play. Well, I tell you what, you don't run the break better than that. When their defense sets up transition and they clamp down defensively. One thing Alan Taylor said about his club, they play good defense and they give all-out effort on the year. They've got to watch beating themselves. Off the drive, Mccaskey with the basketball again. That was Wilson. Gonzalez, who started in that backcourt, comes back to Speller, runs the point. Stepping back, Cruz. Shot won't go. Stan Scott off the break. Trying to put it behind the backhand. It's stripped. Wilson. And that time the other way, Joseph. And a breakaway and gets fouled on the way in. He's got a 2-shot foul.
Boy, the Millionaires played some good defense here. Couldn't convert it into points. They still have that 1-point lead, but once again, they put Joseph to the foul line. He's 2 for 2 to my count.
Millionaires by 1. They've had only 2 1-point leads in this entire game tonight.
I tell you see a high school 6'7" player that can shoot like this guy can. Wilson is really good. I don't. Is he a senior?
William, you're talking about William Joseph.
Or Joseph, I mean, yes.
6'7" senior.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, he's got game. That's I think he's 4 for 4 from the foul line, and hit a 3 earlier.
40-39, inlet pass to Rondell Carson, puts it in. Good seeing him back. Coming off that sprained ankle. 41-40. Rondell Carson, big play. Yeah, we did not expect to see Carson in this ball game, and that's a good sign.
There was a good call by the official that's not called enough in basketball today, and that is a carry on the ball. And when he changed direction there, he scooped the ball, carried it over. Good call by the official.
Millionaires up by 1. They've had 3 1-point leads. That's been it. Pretty play in the lane by Scott. Got his man in the air and he gets hooked and fouled. That'll be an inbound play under their own hoop. Up 1 with 5:12 left. Long way to go in the 3rd period. You're watching the Rennie Road Armor All-State game. Inbound pass, Scott. It wouldn't stay. Carson fades. The tap back, Carson. Great effort by Rondell. He draws a foul.
And I'll tell you right now, this Lancaster team's starting to show some fatigue.
Rondell Carson is a huge key having him back and healthy. He's missed a couple of big ball games.
There's no doubt about it. He's a garbage player. He picks up garbage points, plays well on defense, and hits from the foul line.
Ricky Cruz, by the way, has got 3 fouls, and that's a big K. Game of the Week brought to you by Dave Raymore. Dr. Dave Raymore, his family dentistry out in Washington Boulevard in Williamsport. Big alumni supporter of Millionaire Sports. Off the break the other way. Boy, I tell you what, nice play, but good one.
Yep.
42-all to tie the game.
Millionaires spread the floor.
They've been camped in that zone all night long. Carson thought about the 3. Scott will take it deep.
That time, no. Duvall had a piece of it. Loose ball picked up. Gonzalez to Speller. They get back to Goodwin. Nice pass. Joseph missed the dunk. Carson the other way. Ali. Carson, that time, carried it his own. Yeah, that time Carson tried to get the handle on the ball and carried it back the other way. And you got 2 carries, babe, in a row.
You know, the fans are getting on Joseph for missing that dunk, but Joseph should never have tried to dunk that. He was in way too tight to get a jump on the basket.
That time, no call. That time, Cruz thought he was fouled in the reach around and didn't get the call. The ball was knocked away, and he lost the handle and lost it on his own. So the Millionaires, good defensive play and no foul. He was looking for it. Tied at 42. 4:16 to play in the third. Our first of our 10-game regular season. That time, the strip. Off the steal, Gonzalez had it pinned and blocked by Ali. The putback wouldn't go. Off the pump fake. That time, getting to the line off the foul is Isaiah Speller, the 6-foot junior guard. And he'll get there. The Millionaires' third team foul of the second half. They put this club in the double bonus early in that second period in the first half of this game.
They're a little better off in this game, in this half here, and the fact that they have 3 fouls. Lancaster has 4 fouls, but you know, you're down to 4:02 to go, so there's a lot of time left in this game.
Want to double check that score. I think it should be 43-42 and now 44-42.
Yes, it should.
And it should be 44-42, and I think they missed one at the scores table. Now they got it now. They corrected it. Stanley Scott. Backcourt Simmons. Darrell Wilson back in the game. Hit back-to-back threes to draw within 1. And actually draw within 3 at halftime. Good pass, Carson. Foul on the way in, and Rondell to the line. Rondell Carson rolled the ankle against Loyalsock in a 21-point Millionaire win. They play the Lancers again on January 28th here in the Magic Dome.
And right now, Mccaskey's got to be a little concerned. They got 5 team fouls going into this fourth quarter, going into in the third quarter. Carson makes the first one, and to me, I think they're starting to look a little sluggish right now. I think they've played a lot of games coming into this game, and need to give their legs a little bit of rest, and they just don't seem to be doing the things where they can finish shots and finish defensive plays.
Rondell Carson ties the game. That's Ricky Cruz. He's playing with 3 fouls. Gonzalez, Speller. Gonzalez again, thought baseline. Speller out front. Scott on him. They throw it away. They put size on the point guard, and he tossed it over and over the head of everybody out of bounds. They put Stanley Scott at 6'4" out there.
Joseph would have caught that. Joseph is on the bench, and Nunez is in the ball game, and he was just not quite tall enough to get up there and bring that ball down.
Stan Scott at 6'4", can play inside and out. He's listed at guard, and he'll probably play that at the next level. Good pass, Carson. They get it from Wilson. He loses the handle. And there's going to be a push and a reach in, but wait and see.
Yes,
Carson may have pushed back against
that. I think it's going to go against Carson.
Well, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Rondell thought he was fouled. He was triple teamed, and then the ball knocked out of his hands, and they said he pushed off back the other way. He's got 3 personals in the ball game with 3:05 left in the third. Speller off the baseline. Using the hand off a push. These guys are whistle happy, I'll tell you that.
You know what? The rule says you can't hand check. You can't put your hands on the other player.
But they
don't call it. They don't call it. And if it's a rule, you got to call it. These guys are calling it.
It depends where you're from.
Well, yeah, but it is a rule.
Certain places let them play. Everybody knows you're touching guys when you're playing defense. Just how much you're going to let you get away with. That time, this ball club from Mccaskey, they won't let up on that lead. They're back up by 2, 46-44. Every time the Millionaires appear to be getting the momentum back and catching up in the game. Scott still sagging out of that 3-2. Wilson trying to get a lift Scott turns up. The three won't go. Way up goes Ali, who turned and tried to draw a foul by just shoveling that ball over his head. He's going to get to the line. And let's see if they give him a two-shot foul here. And it will be. Kaim Ali. Couple of guys coming off injuries. Ethan Stryker back in the ball game. Altamar Joseph. Jason, into the ball game. He's back. Game of the week brought to you by Dolly's Diner. Yeah, they've got two great Dolly's. Dolly's Diner, of course, Greg's Coffee and Dolly's. Off the Golden Strip, and of course, Greg's and Dolly's in Montoursville. You put a little food out on that commercial shoot, you and Mike, right?
I just ate there yesterday.
They've got great food off the strip. And that time, that's going to be an intentional foul, saving the two as he reached for him. And it's going to be a two-shot foul as Cruz denied him the easy layup. In that case, it turns out it's a two-shot foul.
And worse, that's going to be 4 fouls on Cruz.
That's a bad foul by Ricky Cruz with 2:12 to go, and their leading scorer is 1 foul away from being out of this ball game.
Their leader as well.
That's a real mental error right there, 46-46.
And, you know, that's what I was talking about with that fatigue they're starting to show. They're starting to make some silly mistakes here.
One thing Alan Taylor feels good about down the stretch in games, it has been for the Millionaires in big ball games. They have been in shape and been outlasting teams. Their problem is beating themselves with the basketball IQ of key situations and not making the big right play at the right time. Stan Scott's got 15 points in the game.
But one thing Allen's got going for him is he's got a lot of depth, and he's rolled a lot of people in and out of the ball game, even with those amazing amount of fouls there in the first quarter. Nobody's really in foul trouble.
Wilson, that time won't go. Rebound Scott. Stanley Scott of the crossover, dribbles, drives, whistle, and it's going to be a blocking foul. That time he wasn't set.
I thought he was set.
Nunez tried to step up and step in, and he was not set, and it's going to be a two-shot foul, and Stanley Scott goes to the free throw line. Scott, 73% of the line, 19 points per game.
I'd like to see a replay on that. I thought he was definitely set.
Millionaires by 2, and that's it. Millionaires now 49-46. Hard to believe, you know, Millionaires only a couple leads. This is their largest lead of the game at 3. They got down early by 8, cut it to 3 at the end of 1. Second shot will not go. They trail by 5 at halftime, 38-33. Millionaires 49-46, leading in the third off the trap. They get it to Speller. They come back to Gonzalez again. A deep 3 will not go, and Stan Scott went up and got it. Off the transition, great look away pass to Jason, kicked, and save and assured too, as that time Speller got in the way and kicked it out of bounds.
And right now the Millionaires really playing good defense, but you saw on that far end how Stan Scott plays a lot bigger than what he is. That he took that rebound away from a 6'7" player who's a decent rebounder. He just got up higher and got it.
Off the miss comes Gonzalez. That's Ray Goodwin off the double team. Speller. Joseph again. Joseph had it slapped away by Altamar. Good play by Jason. (49-46). Stepping back for 3 off the miss Gonzalez. Loose ball picked up. Duvall, he's had some foul problems tonight. Better get it settled. Back to Simmons. You're playing with a 3-point lead in under a minute till the end of the third period.
And Millionaires did a good job of backing up and letting that and getting squared up and ready to play. They may play for 1 shot here.
Darrell Wilson hit a pair of 3s early in the game. Jason lost the handle. And boy, they got away with 1 there. Nearly turned it over.
Yeah.
Right now, the Millionaires, Alan Taylor's, right now he's thinking, let's get the 1 shot. And this is where Alan gets frustrated with a team who may take a shot way too soon. If you don't have a layup, you're not taking the shot. That's normally the rule. Because you don't want them to get it back, and then what was a lead, they've got the lead the other way. You didn't want that shot with 29 seconds, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either.
You've got the lead, and then you give it right back the other way. And this is what I'm looking at Alan Taylor right now. There's your frustration.
Yes.
You didn't want that shot. Alan wanted to take it down, get a final shot, and extend the lead or keep the lead. There's the lead back the other way to Lancaster. 2 takeaways in a row, a shot that came too soon, and a steal the other way. 4 unanswered points, and you give up a 3-point lead, and now you trail with a final 8 minutes coming up, and that is exactly what Alan Taylor talks to his team about, making right decisions at the tail end of a quarter. He just talked to me about that this week. Millionaires, though, down 1. Stick around, 8 minutes left. This is the Rennie Rhode Armor All-State game. You're watching on WebWeeklyLive.com.
Rennie Rhode Armor, 38 years and going strong. #1 in Pennsylvania, top 10 in the nation. What makes this place so successful?
I think it's the attitude and how we treat clients. We treat them not as clients or customers, but as friends and family. We take a lot of pride of always being there to help them. We're always available on our business or cell phone. It's a job of taking care of people. It's a job of being there when they need you.
For over 30 years, Fairfield Auto Group has had an unyielding commitment to hometown values. And we know how important those are to you. At Fairfield, cars cost less, but our service remains unrivaled. Fairfield for fair deals. Fairfield. You're gonna love us.
Coming up after the ball game, Fairfield Auto Group postgame show and stars of the game. Gary Crispin and Bay Bear, a Rennie Rhode Armor All-State game. Millionaires turn for home, down 1, 50-49. And Alan Taylor talks about being your own worst enemy. Basketball IQ, making the right play. And they did just that at the tail end. They had a 3-point lead, took a shot with 29 seconds, ill-advised. You give up 2 back the other way, and then you turn it back over and give up a breakaway and 4 unanswered points, and you trail instead of being up by 3 or more. Off the drive, Wilson won't go. Good takeaway. Rondell turns in, it won't go. Carson again. Wow, it's going to be a push-off inside Millionaires. And let's see who they call it on. Carson had it. Will be a push-off on Carson or Ali. Let's see what number they put up there. And it's going to be against Ali, which will be his 3rd personal foul of the ball game. Millionaires down 1. It's been a struggle tonight against a Lancaster Mccaskey team that you would think, Babe, with all the games they played last night, they played Wednesday night, you'd think they'd been tired, because every time, Babe, you say it looks like they're fatigued, they get a little surge and take the lead, and there's steps by Joseph, and they turn it back over again.
You know, right now the Millionaires are losing the game. Lancaster is not winning the game. The Millionaires are losing the game, and that's what's got to change. And I think that's what Alan Taylor was talking about, how you got to have a little savvy when you're in these situations.
Rondell Carson turns up and in short, that time too hard. And the outlet, Gonzalez. Gonzalez sees Scott there and backs it off. Wise move, Joseph pulls down. Ali guards him. Tell you one thing, Rondell Carson's moving pretty doggone well for a guy that they did not think would play tonight. He only practiced the other day for the first time.
And the thing you got to watch with that is that Rondell may get gassed here in this ball game.
They were missing guys like Carson, guys like Ali. Here's Ali the other way, thinks it breakaway, lays it up, and then he's fouled on the way up. They were missing in 2 big games against Hazelton and Pottsville. You were down a couple of guys.
Well, I'll tell you right now the Millionaires are up by 1, have a chance to go up by 2 here, and they got to hold it together because they have the best shot at winning this game, in my opinion. I think that that their defense is better. I think that you're seeing a lot of mistakes right now out of Lancaster, some caused by defense, some caused maybe by a little fatigue. But I like the Millionaires' chances right now. Short timeout.
Yeah, that could be one of those big plays of the game right there on what turns out to be a three-point play. Short timeout. Millionaires by 2, 52-50. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard this news already.
Jim Moff & Associates, you've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff & Associates, moffandassociates.com.
Got the Red Tornado, J.P. Mccaskey. Many years ago, longtime foe of the Millionaires in the old Central Penn Conference in football years ago. Back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. They were in, Williamsport for a short time was in the Central Penn in the 70s in basketball, but not long.
And the Central Penn Conference, what a conference that was. That was
a lot of powerhouses. One of our sponsors, and Dave Raymore, and a great Millionaire alum, and Dave's General Family Dentistry in Washington Boulevard. Dave was an all Central Penn first teamer as that ball's knocked down deep.
That was Cruz.
Jumper by Ricky Cruz, and it's 53-52 the other way. But we mentioned Dave Raymore was one of the great players in the late 60s and made first team all Central Penn on good Bob Gimbel coach team.
And a really good running back that came from a family of running backs. His two brothers were running backs, and Davey was the last of the bunch. And
his brother Bob, one of the great track athletes ever out of this whole region.
Absolutely.
Rondell Carson's got 4 personal fouls. Shot goes up and good. Isaiah Speller's been a tough point guard.
You know, you can look at things like Rondell Carson with that ankle. He has 4 fouls, and that could be the fact that maybe he's a little slow coming off that foot and uses his hands to play instead of his feet.
And now, just like that, they lift that lead back to a 3-point game. 55-52 is now the score in this ball game. Millionaires trailing. They've been playing catch-up all night long. Largest lead they've had was at 3. And then they let it get away at the tail end of the quarter. This Al Lee in the paint. Shoots and hits. Pretty play. Cutting it down to a 1-point game. Al Lee's got 17 in the game. 55-54. Speller. Gonzalez from 3. Shot won't go. Tipped away to Scott. Off the break. The crossover. Red Tornado get back in the double team. Head of the circle, they go to Simmons.
Back in the ball game for the Millionaires. He's got the ball right now is Wilson. Wilson hit 2 big threes in the first half, and he's their leading 3-point scorer. Let's see if they go to him.
Here's Ali. Wilson likes that corner shot.
Yeah, well, he's moving from one side to the other with the ball.
Ali uncontested. Boy, almost too easy. Goes up and has the ball pinned. And will it be a foul or a jump ball?
They're going to call a foul on Duval, or on Numez, I'm sorry.
And Kaim Ali goes to the free throw line. Ali coming into this ball game, Ali was only hitting 46% at the line on the season.
Well, he's hitting them tonight. He ties it up with that one.
55 score of the game. Game of the week brought to you by Dr. Dave Raymore, General Dentistry, Family Dentistry. He's been there a lot of years. Great supporter of the Millionaires, Washington Boulevard, Williamsport. 56-55. Off the baseline, gives it right back to Nunez. It puts it up and in. 57-56. Alan Taylor talked about how athletic this ball club is. What a putback jam by Stan Scott. Put it right back down.
That was big time.
You get a highlight reel on Stan Scott, and I know that Derek Rizzo for PA Sports, our streaming producer, has already done just that, and he's got the college scouts drooling over what Scott can do in plays like that.
But I'll tell you what, that was big time right there.
58-57. Who has it? Scott. Wow. Put together a highlight reel for Stan Scott, the All-State candidate. He's got 20 in the ball game.
And the Millionaires up by 3. Got to play some good defense here.
60-57. Ricky Cruz playing with 4 personal fouls. Speller down deep, won't go. Putback is up and good. Nunez gets the bucket, and it's a 1-point game again. 4:05. The JV game went to the wire. We had to kill some time, and we lucked out because our Price Optical MVP Isaiah Hankins walked in at that moment, and he was nice enough to come on with us. Good jumper that time.
That was Simmons.
62-59 score in the game. However, the Millionaire JVs lost in overtime in that ball game tonight. 62-59. You're watching on WebbWeeklyLive.com, on Facebook, and feel free to share it on Facebook. Go to my Facebook page. And, of course, on Comcast 190, Sunday at 10, Monday at 7, our Rennie Rhode Armor All-State game. Rennie, get ready, his 39th year in the business. He was a teacher up here with you many years ago before the insurance business.
Yes, he was.
Here comes Cruz, hard to the hole, shot won't go. Nunez back up and good. Good play. Greg Nunez off the bench, didn't start. 62-61. Simmons, who hit a bucket a moment ago, getting in a battle inside, goes to Ali, who dishes to Jason for 2. Altamar puts it in, 64-61. Back down, off the dribble comes Ali. Losing the handle, and an easy 2 up the other way off the steal by Cruz.
The Millionaires missed an opportunity there. They had a 5-on-2. 3 players were back up court, and they turned the ball over and got an easy bucket back up the other way.
Well, it's a matter
Lancaster.
of playing smart basketball. That has been a big key for Alan Taylor. Talking to these guys, that's why they watch the film of these games. Wilson, at that time, Wilson couldn't hit it. Put Ali off the bound, puts it back up and in, is fouled. Kaim playing a big game tonight. Good to see these guys getting healthy.
Yeah, it is. And Ali shows no signs of that wrist being a problem. And that's good news. Rondell Carson will come in, and I'm not sure he is 100%, but he's playing pretty well on that ankle.
Yeah, he sure is. 66-63. This is a club that Alan Taylor feels really good about. They beat Abington Heights, who's been a nemesis of them. 58-47, one of their best games. And he feels that this is a club that could win that District 2-4 title. He feels they can beat Hazleton and beat themselves at the end of that ball game. Of course, they were down a couple of guys.
Right now, the Millionaires have a chance to open it up. Scott
showing you what he can do. Off the pick. Cruz finishes, won't go. Put back, gave it right back to the Millionaires. And if Alan Taylor has one thing he says to Scott, Stan Scott tries at times to put it on his shoulders and do too much. And there's the steal. Good play by Gonzalez for 2. They gave it right back, and it's a 1-point ball game. We're going to the wire on this. 2:04 to play. Don't go away. You're watching the Rennie Rhode Island All-State Game of the Week. Millionaires from the Magic Dome up 1. When it comes to great food, great fun, great sports, you've got to make it to Rival Sports Bar and Grill on River Avenue, known for their famous California wood-fired pizza.
Rivals, a great atmosphere and a great place to watch your favorite football teams and the best wings in town.
We love Rivals, California wood-fired pizza, wraps and wings, the best in Williamsport.
Best steak salad and wings in town.
Rivals, River Avenue. Rennie Rhode Armor, 38 years and going strong, #1 in Pennsylvania, top 10 in the nation. What makes this place so successful?
I think it's the attitude and how we treat clients. We treat them not as clients or customers, but as friends and family. We take a lot of pride of always being there to help them. We're always available on our business or cell phone. It's a job of taking care of people. It's a job of being there when they need you.
By the way, in the NFL tonight, Patriots up over the Texans 14-13. 7:48 left in the second. Falcons earlier beat the Seahawks 36-20. By the way, that Pittsburgh game at Kansas City, due to weather, they play tomorrow night at 8:20. Remember, that was going to be the early game, 105, but not now. But they're playing a night game. Tomorrow night, Pittsburgh at KC. Carson couldn't hold that ball. They turned it over, and here they go again with a minute 55 left, up 1.
It was a high pass. Carson did everything he could to try to bring it in and just could not get up high enough.
Here come the Millionaires defensively trying to shut down Speller and company. They come out in the high post, the big guy, and that's Joseph. Gonzalez. Right now, looks like they're trying to be a little bit more patient to set up a play with a minute 34 left. Bruce thought about taking it down there. There's a ball thrown away, and again, mental error against the Red Tornado. As Cruz, their leading scorer, Cruz has had a big night tonight. He's got 21, 65, 66, and 66, 65 score Millionaires on top in this ball game by 1. They've got the basketball in a 1-point lead. Simmons walks it up. Alan Taylor wants time, and he wants the team to play well and don't beat yourself here. They're going to take the full minute, Mike. Why don't we take the full minute? This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week, live on WebWeeklyLive.com. Jerry and White by a point.
You know, BJ's Steak and Rib House of Selinsgrove has been a Central PA classic since 1982, and they offer Central PA's only authentic oyster bar, available open to close 7 days a week, hot and cold selections from the cold waters of New England to the Canadian Maritimes at BJ's. Plus, they offer Central PA's premium house-dry aged steaks, all hand-cut in BJ's own butcher shop. BJ's Steak and Ribs, a Central PA classic in Selinsgrove.
Why, the name is Furlinger, Bud Furlinger. River Valley Transit's original driver, date back to 1933. This baby goes back to 62. Sort of reminds me of my third wife, Shirley. You can see it here at the Peter Hurdig Transportation Museum. You know, we've come a long way, but we still have the lowest discounted fares in the state. We cover the region from Jersey Shore to Hughesville. This is the new Church Street Transportation Center. And this baby is our new hybrid bus. River Valley Transit, dedicated to get you there.
Here come the Millionaires. They've got the ball in the lead with a minute 22 left in this ball game. Gary Crispin, Babe Bear, and Cable Sports Productions in our 30th year. Doing the high school basketball game of the week, the first of a 10-game regular season, then the postseason coming up in March.
You got to be disciplined here. You're up by 1. You don't want to take a crazy shot.
Simmons.
But you also don't want to get to force a turnover.
Simmons started to penetrate. 66-65, our score in this game. You've got Simmons on the inbound. Got it to Carson. Off the double team. Look out down there. Timeout, Alan Taylor. Not a bad move there because he was real close to turning that over. 66-65. We're going to take the full time out with 56 seconds to go. Millionaires by a point. Don't go away.
Hi, this is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. You've known us as your baseball headquarters for years. But now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receivers gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
Son, it's time to learn how to change a tire. Let's see. I know it's in here. Oh, here we go. Then you want the, no, maybe that's what this is for. Oh, listen, come on. Are you getting any of this?
Dad, I sent our GPS location to AAA 20 minutes ago.
Really?
You gave me a AAA card, remember?
You trust AAA with your car. Now let AAA Travel handle your vacation plan. Don't go to strangers. Go to AAA Travel. Here come the Millionaires. 56 seconds left in the ball game. Rondell Carson Marcus Simmons running the point. Aggressive defense by Speller. They bring it to Scott. As the ball tipped away, backcourt got it back. It was touched. Scott, easy layup to Ali. That's the shot they wanted. They extend the lead to 68-65, 38 left. Back the other way comes Goodman. And Goodwin off the dribble. There is a whistle and a foul call. And they're both in the bonus right now. It's going to be right now the Millionaires. It's 1-1.
A lot of pressure here. He's got to make both of these to get it down to a one-point game.
Ray Goodwin, 6-foot junior guard, 68-65 Millionaires. Shot won't go, cleared by Ali. Here comes Simmons, 31 of the clock to Scott. Nearly walked. And now the double team got it away to Ali. Millionaires got to be patient here. Wilson, good job keeping it alive, going 4. Alan Taylor felt good a couple of weeks ago. They ran the 4 corners really well in a ball game. Did a good job against Abington Heights also. 68-65 score. The Millionaires. It stands Scott to the line. And 16.9 seconds left in this ball game.
Scott will shoot 2. They're in the double bonus.
Shot goes. Scott again. 70-65 the score. Scott's got 21, working on 22 right here. $69-65 is the score, we should say. They're up 4. Scott again. Knocks it down calmly. Now it's 70-65. 16.9 seconds left. Here comes Speller. Cruz takes a deep 3. The shot won't clear. Ali got the rebound. Millionaires by 5, ready to win this game. Carson to finish. Yes! And Williamsport's won their ninth. 72-65. Millionaires win a big game. Hard fought all the way to the end. Tonight they finish and win it by 7.
Good game for the Millionaires. Good win for the Millionaires. They needed this. It was tight at times. They still have things to tighten up. Alan Taylor knows that. He'll work on that. He's got some time to go. But a good performance by the Millionaires overall, particularly late in the fourth quarter.
72-65 is our final score of this ball game. The Millionaires have won their 9th. They're 9-4 on the year, beating a pesky team out of J.P. Mccaskey and Lancaster. They're going to have a long ride back to Lancaster on the bus tonight. 72-65 the final score. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. We're going to take a timeout. Fairfield Auto Group post-game show coming up. And our star of the ball game, don't go away, 72-65. The cherry and white on top at the Magic Dome. Well, 38 years in the making. Rennie Road Armel All-State is #1 in Pennsylvania. They continue to evolve, and now John Grant has joined the company. Tell me more about your new role here at Rennie Road Armel.
I'm here as the benefits manager with my daughter Jennifer. We administer programs to local owners and businesses to help them maintain their employees by offering voluntary benefits that they can pick up, such as accident and disability. But one of the main things we're going to talk about today is our cancer program. As you know, in the country, 1 out of 2 males and 1 out of 3 females suffer with cancer, and our programs are made to supplement them. Talk about if they end up having a mammogram or a colonoscopy, that's paid for. Transportation paid for. But the big thing is their initial diagnosis, or if they have radiation and chemo, it pays $10,000 to them directly, that they don't have to pay to any other medical institution or any doctor. It goes directly to them to help offset their financial woes during this time of loss.
Why, the name is Furlinger, Bud Furlinger. River Valley Transit's original driver, date back to 1933. This baby goes back to 62. Sort of reminds me of my third wife, Shirley. You can see it here at the Peter Hurdig Transportation Museum. You know, we've come a long way, but we still have the lowest discounted fares in the state. We cover the region from Jersey Shore to Hughesville. This is the new Church Street Transportation Center. And this baby is our new hybrid bus. River Valley Transit, dedicated to get you there.
Jim off, like myself, like a lot of people out there, everybody's thinking about retirement, but do you have enough money to retire and have the same lifestyle? You've helped so many people find financial independence. Jim, it's about an appointment and a game plan, and you've done that for a lot of people, right?
We sure have. I've been doing it for 32 years, and we have a lot of folks with very good success stories. They were able to retire, and this may take a little bit more discipline and a little bit more savings. They can get there pretty fast for retirement.
Proper investments, the proper game plan, and the bottom line is financial independence. Somebody that didn't think they could save the money, but you've helped them every step of the way. That's what you guys do every day here.
Yes, we do. We do that every day, and we help a lot of folks for financial success.
Talk about retirement savings. Talk to Jim Moff, Moffett Associates at moffettassociates.com.
Ray-Ban, Nike, Polo Ralph Lauren, Maui Jim, Costa, Gucci, Wiley X. Price Optical has the widest selection of sunglass eyewear in the area. Attention gas workers and outdoorsmen and women. Wiley X sunglasses are ANSI safety rated and military ballistic certified. At Price Optical, we set our sights on your vision. Our focus is on providing you complete quality eyewear. Price Optical, for the finest in eyewear. You know, BJ's Steak and Rib House of Selinsgrove has been a Central PA classic since 1982, and they offer Central PA's only authentic oyster bar, available open to close 7 days a week, hot and cold selections from the cold waters of New England to the Canadian Maritimes at BJ's. Plus, they offer Central PA's premium house-dry aged steaks, all hand-cut in BJ's own butcher shop. BJ's Steak and Ribs, a Central PA classic in Selinsgrove.
Loves clothes and her phone. Still willing to be seen with you in public, depending on the location. Jamie at 14 and you. Available for a limited time only. Don't wait to make the memories that will last a lifetime at Walt Disney World Resort, the place where dreams come true.
Now you can afford to celebrate your special moments at Walt Disney World Resort. Contact your local AAA office or go to AAA.com/Disney to learn how.
Hey, once again, we're back. Fairfield Postgame Show. Gary Crispin and Bay Bear Millionaires win a big game. 72-65 is the final score in this one. And it's a club that kept clawing back. They're down 3 at the end of the first quarter, down 5 at halftime. And they struggled. They were down as many as 8 points at one stage of this ball game and kept trying to claw back, and came back. But showed you some of that. You know, the shape they're in at the tail end of the game meant a lot.
Well, I think it meant a lot, but it's still, they've got to tighten things up. They get loose at times. They don't have discipline at times, and I think that's what kept them out of the ball game for the longest time. But at the end of the game, you're right. They came through, hustled at the end of the game, made some big plays, and we're going to have a couple guests on that played whale of a ball game tonight, and talk to them a little bit about it. But Millionaires come up with a big win. They needed that.
72-65. We're going to go to a quick timeout. Stars of the ball game coming up next. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game, the Fairfield postgame show. Field Auto Group post-game show with Rick Quigley, where it all started here, and 14 car lines, soon to be 9 locations, because we're here at BMW, but pretty soon a brand new BMW store. That's exciting.
That's right, Gary. We've got a huge new store going up. We've already broken ground. It's behind our Honda and Toyota store down in Muncie, and it's going to be a brand new state-of-the-art showroom, 9-10 car showroom. 22,000 square foot facility. It's going to be unbelievable.
How soon do we look for that in 2017?
Well, we should be in there, I'm going to say, in the spring of 2017.
Sounds fantastic. Right after basketball this year. Rick, I think you have more inventory for BMWs than I've ever seen.
We are selling a lot more, which is enabling us to build a new store, and they've given us a lot more inventory. As you can see, the lot is full of new and certified pre-owned out front, and that's only going to increase and get bigger and better as we go and get in a new store.
Yeah, you know, the 3 Series Series is great, 5 Series right up to the 7 Series. But when it comes to the sport utility vehicle, the sport activity vehicle, those cars are fantastic, starting with the X1 right on up.
Yeah, we have pretty much everyone covered, and actually next year we have an X7 coming out, which is on the 7 Series platform. It'll be a full-size sport utility, and looking forward to that very much. Should be an 8-passenger.
Should be fantastic. And the other thing about BMW, certified pre-owned. If you want to get into one that looks brand spanking new and still be the talk of your neighborhood, get in one that's maybe a couple years old that looks brand new.
And it comes with a fantastic BMW warranty on it, yes.
Got to check it out. Fairfield BMW, part of the Fairfield Auto Group with a new location coming in spring 2017. Rick, let's keep it moving for Fairfield.
That's what we're here for. Thanks, Gary.
Hey, more of the postgame. We'll be right back. For the finest detail and handcrafted jewelry, there is one name to know. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, Oaks Plaza, East 3rd, Golden Strip in Williamsport. Let them make you an original. And remember, they are your diamond headquarters. Absolutely the best prices, bar none, on diamonds anywhere in Central PA. And of course, the finest gemstones in the world today, from sapphires to tanzanite. Now is the time to let them make you an original. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, your diamond headquarters, Golden Strip. You've known the name for more than 50 years. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services all over Pennsylvania. John Alvarado, now you're doing even more residential.
We've partnered with Scholes Design, a residential architectural firm, offering designs out of their catalog. Also have the ability to do a custom design in-house for our clients.
And a remodel. Like the Kiss FM home makeover, a huge success.
That was a great project. Gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days.
Alvarado Construction for residential and commercial builds.
Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, serving 3 meals 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 3 p.m. on Sundays. House-made desserts, including famous Griggs' sticky buns, coffee, peanuts, and peanut butter, and specialty drinks. Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, just off North Loyalsock Avenue in Montoursville.
Kiss 1027, the 80s to now.
Hey, we're back. Fairfield postgame show. Millionaires rally at the end. They win at 72-65. Stanley Scott, Kaim Ali are here, stars of the ball game. Ali had 23. Scott had 22. Guys put it together, and well, it's a big win for the Millionaires, number 9.
Yeah, this was a big team win. We're coming off a tough loss in Pottsville, so we wanted to bounce back.
You know, Coach Alan Taylor this week told me he thought you played well defensively in that game, but you're down a couple of guys. Tough, and it's good to see Ali and Rondell getting a chance to play.
Yeah, it's good to have them back. They're a big part of our team, and they showed tonight.
Kaim, how you feeling? I know you have had a wrist problem, and the feeling was earlier it hurt when you shot or even did a chest pass. Alan Taylor thought we were going to get, first of all, rebounding and defense. You gave a little O tonight, too. I think you're getting better.
Well, you just got to focus. I mean, there's going to be a little pain, but you can't baby it. You do what you can do, and you handle it after the game.
Babe Bear taught you that, didn't he? You played through the pain, right, Babe?
I'm still playing through pain.
Big ball game tonight, and of course, you wanted to get back out there and play. And as the game went away and you start playing and getting on the break, getting in transition, you made some great big moves inside. That was a key for you to start feeling better and letting that pain go away from the wrist.
Well, it was just more of a mindset of, we always have a little saying in practice called move these kids out the street. So every time I see someone in the paint, I don't care how big you are, I'm going to think, move this kid out the street. So that just makes me play big.
Well, you played big tonight, babe.
You know, I thought that probably the best play I saw the entire game was Stanley Scott was bringing the ball down, drove it into the basket, and all of a sudden flipped it over to you, and you got an easy layup. All right, and I think that's a big part of what makes you guys what you are. Is that I don't think there's a selfish player out there. I think everybody plays for each other.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes we get yelled at for being too unselfish. So coach tries to push us to be a little more selfish, not necessarily selfish, but capitalize on our scoring opportunities.
Yep.
So I don't know. We just love to pass the ball to our teammates, I guess.
You know, one of the neatest things I've seen in a long time at Williamsport High School basketball games is I looked up at the national anthem, and the Williamsport chorus is singing the national anthem, and I said, is that Stanley Scott? No, that's not Stanley Scott. That's Ali. All right, I looked over there. Ali sings in the chorus and the choir, all right, before games, and you know, I think that's really neat to be that versatile.
Yeah, it's fun because, I mean, the music department is just like a getaway, so sometimes you forget about sports and you just focus on music, and it's like a good way to clear your mind.
Yeah, that's true. Stanley, I tell you what, another great game. You're starting to get a lot of confidence out there on the floor and playing well. You starting to feel it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's starting to click for everyone. You know, I'm getting everyone involved, and I'm capitalizing on my scoring too.
Of course, not only are you hitting the three, but what about Simmons throws you that little alley-oop, and then the putback slam is about as good as it got tonight.
Yeah, those are our big plays. We need those to get everyone involved, get our self-esteem going, so that's good for us.
Alan Taylor told me this week, 10 games to play regular season. You're capable of winning all of them, one at a time, guys. Good luck. We'll be with you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Once again, Kaim Ali, Stanley Scott, stars of the ball game tonight. Millionaires win it by 7 over Lancaster. Mccaskey, 72-65. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with a final word for the Magic Dome right after this.
Good game, guys.
For the finest detail and handcrafted jewelry, there is one name to know. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, Oaks Plaza, East 3rd, Golden Strip in Williamsport. Let them make you an original. And remember, they are your diamond headquarters. Absolutely the best prices, bar none, on diamonds anywhere in Central PA. And of course, the finest gemstones in the world today, from sapphires to tanzanite. Now is the time to let them make you an original. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, your diamond headquarters, Golden Strip. You've known the name for more than 50 years. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services all over Pennsylvania. John Alvarado, now you're doing even more residential.
We've partnered with Shoals Design, a residential architectural firm, offering designs out of their catalog. Also have the ability to do a custom design in-house for a client.
And a remodel, like the Kiss FM home makeover, a huge success.
That was a great project. Gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days.
Alvarado Construction for residential and commercial builds. Magic Dome final score of this ball game. Millionaires win it. They're ninth. They're 9-4, 72-65. And Pesky, J.P. Mccaskey team that played him tough all night long. They wouldn't go away. Millionaires actually played catch-up all night. And, yeah, there were a little herky-jerky play here and there, but they finished strong. And you get the feeling they continue to play with their heads and do the things that Alan Taylor tells them to do and make the right move at the tail end of a game, showing the poise. If they do that, this club can win those final 10 games. I mean, it's not going to be easy to do that. Capable of doing it. Alan felt that this is a club that could have won all of the games this year. And this big win tonight, 9-4, and the key is peaking not too soon and get ready for the playoffs and the postseason.
Get guys healthy, clean up a couple of mistakes, and I agree with Alan Taylor. I think it's a good ball club.
Yeah, Cruz had 21 to lead the Red Tornadoes. Speller had 13. But it was Ali with 23 and Scott 22. And that is the story of this game, 72-65 final score if you're watching on Facebook and WebbWeeklyLive.com. You can watch a replay anytime at those sites. And Sunday at 10, Monday at 7 here on Comcast 190 for the Rainy Road Armel All-State game. We're going to be back here at the Magic Dome next Saturday night. White Plains, New York comes in every year, sometimes part of a tournament. Sometimes not. It's going to be a standalone game next week. They're always good, and it should be a great test for the Millionaires coming up next Saturday night. And we're pursuing some other games. We try to bring you the best games of the week, and we may take a look at the Newman-Lewisburg game next Thursday. We'll let you know on Kiss FM and on Facebook on Cable Sports in our next game. Coming up, we've got some big games the following week. We're going to be looking at Loyalsock, Montoursville, Williamsport, Harrisburg, and a big wrestling match. The Millionaires entertaining a very good Montoursville wrestling team up here that Rich and Rennie Road Armel Jr. we'll be doing here live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. For our entire crew, for Bay Bear, I'm Gary Crispin saying so long for the Magic Dome. Final score tonight, Millionaires win it over Lancaster 72-65.
Going to the middle, got it to Lynch. Otis down the baseline, yes. He's got the first four. Trouble that time. Off the steal. Scott, reverse layup for two.
Off the backboard with a nice shot.
And off the steal by Anderson. Gavin's going to take it down and lay it in. 19-14. Here comes Watkins off a nice strip. Ali jams it. Rebound, Melko can't hit the shot, no foul called. Anderson got it away with a rebound to Biter. Isaac's going to power up, hook and a hit.